Welcome back, folks, to WrestleRant, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the pay-per-views that I watch on the WWE Network. Last week, we took a break from the In-Your-House shows to break down Royal Rumble 2016, but now that the Royal Rumble is come and gone, time to get back on track with the In-Your-House shows. Today, we're talking In-Your-House 4, retrospectively known as In-Your-House Great White North, from October of 1995. So we kick off the show with Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a.k.a. Triple H, taking on Fatu, a.k.a. Rikishi. So considering the future star power that was involved, pretty fun match, all right opener, right person went over. Not anything special, anything memorable about the match. It was just kind of there, Triple H going over. So the right person won with the pedigree. That's all that I can really say about it. The Smoking Guns defending the tag team titles up next against the 1-2-3 Kid and Razor Ramon. Not only was this a fun match from an in-ring standpoint, but what I think made this match stand out from everything else in the show, and in my opinion made it the best bout on the entire event, this show, a lot like the previous In Your House installments that were really not that good, which is not that surprising considering it was 1995, arguably the worst year in WWE history, both from a financial standpoint, business standpoint, and on-air product standpoint. But from a characterization standpoint for this match and the stories they told here, furthering the feuds between 1-2-3 Kid and Razor Ramon. Because remember, from I think it was In Your House 3, if not In Your House 2, they had some established issues with 1-2-3 Kid trying to help out Razor, but it kind of backfired, so they had their problems. 1-2-3 Kid got tagged in here real quickly towards the end, got pinned by the Smoking Guns, costing the match for his team, went off on the Smoking Guns afterwards, subsequently turning heel in the process. So kind of furthering that feud and that bad blood between 1-2-3 Kid and Razor after they seemingly made up on the Raw prior to this show. So again, from an in-ring standpoint, a very fun match, and also kind of furthering that character development from 1-2-3 Kid specifically. So 2 thumbs up there, and hands down the best thing on the entire show, as they said, in my opinion. After that, Goldust taking in Marty Jannetty. I don't think, actually it might have been Goldust's WWE debut, because I don't think he was at In Your House 3, from what I recall. That was 2 weeks ago, so my memory's already foggy. I watched so much fucking wrestling. But I'm pretty sure Goldust would face Bam Bam Bigelow at Survivor Series the following month. I might be wrong, probably should have looked this up, but I recall the commentator saying during this contest that this was his pay-per-view debut. So I might be wrong there. If I am, don't chew my head off. But as far as this match goes, nothing exciting whatsoever. Goldust, no one could have played that character better than Dustin Rhodes did. He just did a masterful job with it. And he's a great worker, too. Has always been a really good wrestler. And in my opinion, has only improved over time since, the mid-90s, because he was not in the best of shape here. He was already kind of gaining weight. But the match itself was really not all that exciting at all. It was a standard squash match. That's what it was designed to be. That's what it was effective in doing, and furthering the momentum of Goldust upon his debut in WWE. After that, Yokozuna taking on King Mabel in a match that it is exactly how it sounds. Absolutely boring. They throw a few right hands at one another, and that's about it. In the end, Camp Cornette makes up King Mabel and Yokozuna just hug it out, Daniel Bryan and Kane style, Team Hell No style. And that's it. The match sucks. The battle of the big men, they hyped this up to be something amazing that we had never seen before. Just a battle of behemoths. The battle, a clash of titans, so to speak. And it was not even really a letdown. Anyone with any sense of common sense whatsoever, anyone with a sliver of brain would know that this match was going to blow, and it did. And it ended in a double countout, so I'm sure for those in attendance, hoping for some sort of brawl between the two, this all-out, chaotic brawl between the two biggest giants in WWE at this time, must have been disappointed just because the match sucked, for lack of a better term. So after that, we had Razor Ramon, or even before that, we had Dean Douglas come out, and Shawn Michaels was forced to forfeit the Intercontinental Championship. I believe this was real, and the fact that he suffered, they said a concussion. It might have been something else in real life, I'm not really sure. They said he got injured, had to forfeit the IC Championship to Dean Douglas on this show because he was not cleared to compete. Came out to the ring, gave up the belt without any issue whatsoever to Gorilla Monsoon. Then the championship was awarded to Dean Douglas, Shane Douglas in ECW years later. But so Shawn Michaels just walks off without issue, which was surprising. But then that leads us to our next match. The Clique's influence in the WWE is definitely apparent in this match, with Razor Ramon, a fellow member of the Clique, alongside Shawn Michaels and Diesel, the then WWE champion, towards the top of the card, comes out, as well as Triple H, who won in the opener. So this was a very Clique-oriented show. So anyway, Razor Ramon comes out following his failure to win the tag team titles earlier. He comes out and beats Dean Douglas in 11 minutes to win the Intercontinental Championship for the third, fourth time, whatever it might have been. I'm pretty sure it was the fourth time, because he would leave the company a short time later. So I'm pretty sure this was his fourth reign as champion. But yeah, the match was good, but Dean Douglas it was a screw job finish, which was so fucking dumb, because Razor Ramon had his arm on Dean Douglas. So technically that would have won him the championship. There's nothing controversial about that. But Dean Douglas did have his foot under the bottom rope, so the match should have either been restarted or called a draw. But the ref did not give a fuck and just awarded the belt to Razor Ramon. So Douglas's reign as champion lasted all of 10-15 minutes. So what a fucking waste. The guy was a good worker. He was better off in ECW. They just had no idea how to use the guy. And he was a very talented talker, as I've talked about before here on the show. I think in Your House 3 when he beat Razor Ramon, of all people. So to kind of go back to that feud, I'm fine with that. But really just dumb booking that just really exhibited the Clique's influence on the company and on the on-air product at this time. After that, we get to the main event, British Bulldog vying for the WWE Championship against the then-champion Diesel, in a match that was really not all that good at all, which was, again, unsurprising. British Bulldog kind of lost his way later on as he went throughout his career, as he kind of, was jacked up on roids, all this other shit. His matches started to kind of decrease in quality. And then Diesel was Diesel, the only real person, in my opinion, that could get good matches out of the guy. Or two people, rather. Bret Hart, who was on commentary for the match here, who did a good job to set the stage for his match, which is, for his championship clash with Diesel at Survivor Series the following month. Bret Hart could get a quality contest out of Diesel, as well as his fellow Clique member, Shawn Michaels, at WrestleMania that past year, which was also really not that great of a match, but way better than the matches Diesel had with fucking Psycho Sid, with, who the fuck else did he face? King Mabel and British Bulldog here. A very boring main event. Bulldog won via DQ after he pissed off Bret at ringside. Those two obviously have history from years past. But Bret comes in the match, he comes in the ring, beats the shit out of Bulldog, so he wins via DQ. But the ending brawl, which was cool to set the stage for that really, really good match, I think it was no DQ, maybe not, at Survivor Series the following month when Bret Hart would regain the WWE Championship. The focus was on them, which is great, but British Bulldog was overshadowed in the process, despite the fact he just beat the champion here via DQ, albeit, but he still won the main event of the pay-per-view, and he was completely overlooked. So maybe he got his championship rematch on Raw, I'm not exactly sure, but he was definitely not a part of that title match the following month at Survivor Series, which kind of fucks him over, but that's WWE in a nutshell in 1995, but on the whole, this show sucked a lot like the previous In Your House shows. In Your House 3, I still say, is the best one up to this point, because that Bret Hart match with Lafayette, or however you pronounce it, was a lot better than I thought it would be. I just remember that being a really good match from when I watched it / reviewed it 2 weeks ago. From this show, the Smoking Guns versus 1-2-3 Kid and Razor Ramon is really the only match worth watching. But even that match isn't like, oh my god, so amazing, go out of your way to see it. It's good if you watch the show, and everything else just kind of pales in comparison. The opener's alright. Goldust and Jannetty is a standard squash match. Yokozuna and King Mabel fucking sucked. Razor Ramon and Dean Douglas was an alright match with just bad booking. And the main event was boring as shit. That was really all kind of just meant to set the stage for Survivor Series the following month. So overall, 2 thumbs down. Another pretty deplorable In Your House show. But again, don't get me wrong, these In Your House shows do get better, so bear with me, people. It's just 1995 was a fucking atrocious year. I'm not going to say every event from that year was shit, but a lot of them were. A lot of matches, a lot of pay-per-views from that year were fucking terrible. For the characters, the lack of real in-ring wrestling, the Clique's influence, like I said, not anything surprising, not anything I wasn't expecting, but just got to go through the shit to get to the good stuff. That's really just kind of a overall life lesson for you guys. So I would not recommend checking out In Your House 4, but bear with me through In Your House 5, 6, 7, 8, and all the In Your House pay-per-views going forward. I know they do get better, so again, bear with me, guys. I appreciate it. That being said, be sure to check out all the other videos here on WrestleRant, all 400 plus episodes of the show, reviewing every other pay-per-view on the WWE Network. All the other WWE pay-per-views have been covered with the exception of the In Your House shows and the pay-per-views from 2016 with the exception of Royal Rumble 2016. I'll be reviewing those shows throughout 2017 and beyond. But that being said, guys, just enjoy the rest of your week. In the meantime, and in between time, I will be on Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube, so follow me, like the page, like this video, leave a comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel as well. We are quickly approaching 1,100 subscribers after only hitting 1K about a month ago, so I appreciate the support, guys. You guys are fucking amazing. So enjoy your terrific Tuesday, the rest of the week, the road to WrestleMania, and I'll catch you guys down the road.